Hello, America. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to my top 10 movies. This is a video a day, every day until the 1st of March. I might do more videos. Who knows? Life is crazy. I do want to let you all know that I have a podcast. It's called the Awkwardly Acceptable Podcast. It is available right up here. And also I have music that is also available right up here. And check out a couple other of my series and, get to know me stuff and all of that. Okay, I have my 10 movies. I wrote them down. I got them. We good. These are in no particular order. So when I say like top 10 favorite, like some of them are less favorite than others. The first movie, Blue is the Warmest Color. Oh my God. Blue is the Warmest Color is a lesbian movie. So if you do not like LGBT type movies, you don't want to watch this. But it is a good movie. It came out in 2013. That was 6 years ago. That is absolutely crazy. I remember I was just so, I don't know. I might have to rewatch it. I didn't rewatch any of these movies, obviously, because, that takes up time. But if I can remember correctly, it is a great movie. It's a love story. It's a sad love story. It just makes me just like warm inside. Did I cry off of the movie? I don't know. I don't think I cried. Number 2, The Notebook. The Notebook is, oh my God. The Notebook is such a good movie. It's such a good love story. I cried. I bawled my eyes out. I cried. I can watch that movie today and know exactly how the beginning, the middle, and the end of that movie and still cry. Okay, My mother was was reading Nicholas Sparks. I think he is the author of the Notebook book. I don't know if she read the book first or if she saw the movie first, but I know that she had the book. And then I know that she saw the movie and she was like, ooh, 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 it's a good movie. And I'm like, okay. So I think I watched it one time downstairs. My mother was upstairs. And when I tell you at the end of that movie, I just bro, I can't even talk about it because it's just too much. It's too much. If you have not seen The Notebook, I don't know what you're waiting on. If you don't like love stories, then I guess you wouldn't like this. I don't know. Next, we have Chico y Rita. I was talking about this in my podcast, but Chico y Rita is also a love story. It is a cartoon style love story. Chico and Rita, their love story and just their life intertwined with each other. Bro, when I tell you, I feel like I'm about to just sneeze my contacts out, honestly. When I tell you, that movie is just so good. It's so good, and it has no right to be that good. I did cry. Okay, I cried. I would say go to Netflix, but Netflix likes to take off good movies and put on bullshit. So I don't think it's on Netflix anymore. I just know that it is such a good movie. Next, we have Get Out. Get Out, I think, if I'm not mistaken, came out in 2016 or 17. 2016 or 17. Get Out is a great movie. It is a suspense. It's not a horror. It is a suspense. It is a mental, that's what it is. Okay, I wrote a whole paper on Get Out. Okay, I did a whole movie review on Get Out for my English class, and I got an A. Okay, it was such a good movie. It had such a good ending, and it had such a plausible ending. I mean, in a world that's not, well, in a world that maybe is not as plausible as it possibly could be. the ending didn't make me just feel like all of that was for nothing. If you have not seen Get Out, I'm pretty sure everyone has seen Get Out, but if you have not seen Get Out, then you need to get out. You get it? You got how I did that? Was that funny? Next movie is called what is it? Number 5. We Are What We Are. It is not a horror. It is a drama. It is about a family of vampires. If I'm not mistaken, it's just a father and 2 daughters. I don't think that they had a mother. And when I tell you, this was one of the movies I watched when my husband was asleep and I was in the bed. It was late at night and I couldn't sleep. And I watched this movie, and when I tell you, the movie's good. Okay, the movie is very good. It is. If you don't like vampire movies, you're definitely not gonna like this movie. I did not cry. It's not a crying movie, okay? But if you don't like vampire movies, don't watch this, okay? But it was on Netflix, but you know how they do. So I don't know how to tell you to find it, but it was a great movie. Go watch it. Please. Please go watch it. Number 6, Blue Valentine. Blue Valentine, starring Ryan Gosling and Michelle Williams. I don't know why. I know exactly who starred in this. I just know that it is a drama. It is not a love story, an unloved story, and it is just a good movie. I don't know. It touched me in a place. I was like, ooh. It's probably not on Netflix. Did this make me cry? Yes, it did make me cry. I was like, bro, I guess if you don't like Ryan Gosling, don't watch this movie. So, that's really the only qualification, because this movie is pretty good. One of my movies, me and my mother used to always watch, the tradition for Christmas was to watch A Christmas Story and It's a Wonderful Life. I haven't done that in the past couple of years because my husband does not appreciate good movies, and because he's like, I don't want to watch that. Like, It's a Wonderful Life stars Jimmy Stewart. I don't know when it came out, but he said that he didn't want to be born again. I mean, he didn't want to be born again. He didn't want to be born. They granted his wish. He sees how life is without him. It's a good movie. It didn't make me cry, but it's more near and dear to my heart than anything else. It's a tradition. I've seen that movie over and over and over and over again, but my mother loved the movie. I love the movie, and by hook or by crook, this Christmas, we're going to watch It's a Wonderful Life. Honorable mention, Harvey. It's also a movie by Jimmy Stewart. It's a fantasy movie. It is a great movie. I mean, I loved it. It's like, it more plays on oh man, now that I'm thinking about it, bro, my mind is racing. I have a couple of more movies, but I'm trying to make this 10, okay? I'm going to do 2 more honorable mentions. Harvey is just a good movie. If you don't like old movies, you probably won't like it. If you don't like fantasy movies, you probably won't like it. But definitely, if you're not a fan of old movies, you're not going to like this movie at all. My mother was an avid fan of old movies. Turner Classic Movies was on in my house all the time. So I have a love for old movies, and that's one of my favorite movies. Number 8. Number 8 is called Electric Children. It stars the same lady who played in We Are What We Are. That's actually how I found it. It was recommended after I saw We Are What We Are. I watched this movie. It is about a girl who thinks that music got her pregnant. And in the same way that Harvey plays on you and you thinking about, is this real or is this not real? That's the exact same way this movie is. It's like, did she get pregnant by music or did something happen to her? And it's like over and over, that's the underlying theme of the movie. But she goes on this journey. It's just a good movie, okay? I don't know when I saw it, but I saw it a minute ago. It's a good movie. If you don't like, it's a love story as well, and a coming of age story. So if you don't like coming of age / love stories, you're not going to like this film. Oh, also, Blue is the Warmest Color is a coming of age story. I couldn't think of the correct title. Okay. Honorable mention number 2. There is this movie There is this movie, also a black and white movie, okay? This, I just looked it up. It came out in 1939. It is called On Borrowed Time. I've seen it once. Basically, the story is like, I think this little boy or the grandfather, the little boy and the grandfather were sick, and death was coming to get them, okay? And then somehow, I'm not going to tell you the whole thing, death got chased into a tree. Okay. So death was up in the tree, and basically death couldn't collect people's souls. And it's a good movie. I loved the movie. My mother suggested the movie to me. I loved the movie. I think if you don't like old movies, you're not going to like this movie. But it just made me, oh God, I just thought of this movie, and it's such a good movie. It's such a good movie. Number 9. Number 9 is The Ring, the original Ring, not The Rings or whatever 2018, 17 crap, as my mother would say, came out, okay? The real Ring, the original Ring, when his face melted. Look, if you don't like horror movies, you're not going to like The Ring. It's a good horror movie. It's a scary horror movie. It's not stupid. It's not cliche. I liked it, okay? I did see it when I was younger. I'm not going to tell the story again about how my mama made me see it, because you can check that out in this video right here. It's a great movie. That's all I gotta say. Watch it. I'm pretty sure y'all done seen it, but if y'all haven't seen it, please go watch it. Okay. Honorable mention number 3. Bad Seed. I don't know if it's called The Bad Seed or Bad Seed. It is also an old film. Bro, basically, this girl and her mother move into this apartment. It was so good, I made my husband watch it. Okay, this is how good it was. The janitor or the maintenance man of the apartment knows that the little girl is evil, and the little girl is just like, I'm nice, I'm wonderful. People keep dying around the little girl. If the little girl don't get what she wants, something happens, and it's just a good film. My mother suggested it to me, obviously. We watched it when I was younger on Turner Classic Movies. And when I tell you, it is a good film. If you don't, it's not a horror film. Yeah, it's more of a drama. If you don't like old films, then you're not going to like half of the movies that I'm talking about, that I'm honorably mentioning. Okay, you're not going to like them. So I'm sorry about that. My last honorable mention before I get to I'm sorry. My last honorable mention before I get to the main event is, I don't know, because I was thinking about a movie, then I thought about another movie. I'm going to have to go with the original Rear Window, starring James Stewart, whatever you prefer. Bro, I saw this, of course, with my mother back when I think my grandmother and my great-grandma, I don't even know if they were there, but my mother used to stay up late at night. Like, my mother could stay up all night, basically. And it was on late at night. And it was my first time watching it, because we had watched, like, years ago, the Johnny Depp version of Rear Window, and I didn't know that there was an original version. Bro, when I tell you that movie was good as hell. If you don't like old movies, you're not going to like this film. But what I will tell you, do not watch Rear Window. Do not watch Rear Window with Johnny Depp and think that it's anything like the original, because it's not. My number 10 movie is Drive. Drive, starring Ryan Gosling. Okay, me and my mama saw this movie, bro. You never know this man's name in the movie. There was a movie came out. There was a movie that came out called Baby Driver. My mother, my grandmother, and my husband saw it. I went to sleep. And the reason why I went to sleep is because I knew that this couldn't compare to Drive. It was like the same, element of suspense, and you called them baby and all of that. But Drive was just a good movie. not really a love story. It acts like it's a love story until just watch the movie, okay? I can't tell you where to find these movies, but they are so good, okay? I have one more honorable mention, which isn't my favorite movie, but The Portrait of Dorian Gray. The old one, not the new one. The Portrait of Dorian Gray, I had never seen it before, but my great grandmother, Sweet Cake, as I called her. She always told me about how she watched that movie, and that is when she went into labor with my grandmother. That movie scared her right into labor, and it took me all the way until last year to watch that movie, and I just absolutely loved it. Okay, it's not like one of my favorite movies, but it's so near and dear to my heart because of the story behind it that it's not an honorable mention, but it's an honorable mention. Okay, so here are my top probably 15 movies since I done gave 17 honorable mentions. But if you all like this, it's not a review. If you all like this video, you can like, comment, and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on Twitter. Everything that you need to know about me is in the description box below. My name is Brielle. I make beats. I sing songs.